It's cut more amply through there. I want it roomy but not boxy, and that's thank you. Okay, thanks.
Hi, April. So, how's the invalid?
Logan, what are you doing back here?
I'm here to check on you, Ridge. Are you still taking your aspirin? You're really hot.
You should be at the office.
Everything's fine there. I don't want you to worry.
How are things really going?
The stage is set. The guests are calling to confirm their reservation, and the phone is ringing off its hook.
In other words, it's a madhouse.
Nothing unusual for the week before a show. April, that should be all for now.
Logan, we still have a lot of work to do here.
I need all my sewers on the front line.
Yeah, that's where I should be right now.
No, you should be right here getting better because I want you beside me during the show. I'll see you back at Forrester. Okay.
Why don't you go with April? You don't need to stick around here.
I want to stick around here. Somebody's got to watch out for you.
God knows my wife isn't. She's too busy helping the eminent Dr. Warwick to worry about me.
You were awfully quiet on the ride back from the farm.
I was thinking.
So, what do you think about my dear old dad?
Oh, he's certainly a lot friendlier than I expected him to be.
Yeah, he is quite the talker.
Extremely charming.
He's always been a favorite of the ladies.
But not you.
I know what he's really like.
A monster?
To put it mildly.
Wow, he must be quite an actor, too.
What does that mean?
He didn't give me any indication of an abusive streak.
Did you expect him to?
No, of course. I'm sure he was on his best behavior.
But you found him convincing?
Well, given the circumstances, I have to wonder how much of his charm was an act.
What are you saying, Taylor?
You've lied to me before, James. I really can't rely on your assessment of your father's personality, can I? Maybe he was covering a dark side. But there's also the possibility that the man that I met today is every bit as amicable as he seemed.
Hey, Mom, I was looking for Ridge.
Oh, he's not coming in today.
What happened last night?
Well, first he has the flu, but last night he drank too much wine and he conked out on Brooke's couch.
Oh. Obviously, you're concerned.
Yes, because I think the idea of his befriending Brooke again, I'm not so sure it was the right thing to do.
Well, he felt it was the only way to win this company back.
But he's losing his focus.
So you think that he's getting too close to her?
I think he still has feelings for Brooke. I know he loves Taylor, but things have changed.
And he feels that she's betrayed him.
I just wish I'd never let it get this far.
Mother, Ridge wanted to handle this himself.
Yes, but you know, in hindsight, it was a mistake. We all thought it was a long shot, and I let him have his way, but now what I'm worried is that I'm worried it's too late to stop this madness.
Pretty marvelous, don't you think, Macy?
Yes, I think this show is going to be a smash.
It's going to be explosive. That's for sure.
Well, everything is starting to look up. Spectra's getting back on its feet again. And so am I. I didn't tell you, but Thorne wants to see me. We're going to talk after the fashion show. I think he wants to work everything out. So, maybe there's still hope for us yet, right?
Thorne wants to talk to you.
Isn't that wonderful?
Right after the showing.
I was beginning to wonder if it would ever happen.
It hasn't happened yet, honey.
But it will.
Macy, why are you doing this to yourself? Don't you know it would be so much better if you just faced the truth about your marriage to Thorne and got on with your life?
Didn't you hear what I just said? Mother Thorne wants to work this out.
Darling, I'm just so afraid you're setting yourself up to be hurt again.
What are you talking about?
Talking about Thorne. If he really was interested in saving his marriage, he'd be here right now, begging you to come back home.
Oh, come on, please. Stop being so negative.
Macy, I am just trying to protect you here. Thorne is a Forrester, darling. If it comes to a choice between those people, his family, and you, what do you think he'll do?
Why do you always bring the Forresters into this, Mother? Now, this feud between you and them has nothing to do with our marriage.
Macy, I think your mother just doesn't want you to get your hopes up too high. You know what might be a good idea? Why don't you try talking to Thorne before the show?
He's too busy, Karen.
Too busy for his wife.
Mother, you of all people should know how things get before showing. Anyway, what difference does it make before the showing or after the showing? He wants to see me. And I don't care what you say, Mother, he's not going to change his mind.
He's gonna change his mind, all right. After the Forresters realize that you wormed your way into their showing, things are gonna be impossible for Thorne and Macy.
Mom, what are you planning to do?
I don't know. But I just feel I have to do something.
Well, let's just remember that Brooke has us all over a barrel here. She is the boss.
Listen, I've placated that tramp. I've let her have her way around here. But if she's after Ridge, I'm not going to stand for that.
But Brooke isn't to be held responsible for any problems that Taylor and Ridge are having.
Her presence doesn't help matters.
She has done absolutely nothing wrong.
Thorne, they're drifting apart.
And what are you going to do about that?
Well, I hope I can make him realize what a dangerous situation this is. They're on the edge. One misstep, one miscalculation, and they're gonna go right over.
Do you think I'm lying to you?
I'm not sure you're telling me the truth.
All right, I should have told you my father was alive. I admit that. But I've been completely upfront about the rest of my childhood.
James, you haven't been honest with me about anything. I've had to drag everything out of you.
Well, talking about my father's abuse is very difficult for me.
That's why I came to Scotland. I thought I could find the answers to my questions where you were raised.
Are you sorry I came with you?
It's definitely complicating the situation.
My situation or yours?
My situation.
I know you're concerned about your husband and what's going on at home.
That has nothing to do with your therapy.
That's had an effect on it. Uncovering the truth about my father could take some time. We aren't going to get anywhere if you're preoccupied with Ridge.
You think I'm neglecting you?
I don't like to see you as anxious as you are. I think you should talk to him.
I've tried.
I think you should try again. Go on. It'll put your mind at ease, and then we can get back to work. Call him now.
Stephanie Forrester.
Stephanie? Hi, it's Taylor. I'm looking for Ridge. Is he there? I really need to talk to him.
Taylor. No, Ridge isn't in. He wasn't feeling well.
Is he okay? Is it serious?
Oh, it's just the flu. How are you?
I'm all right.
Well, when are we going to see you?
I don't know. That's why I need to talk to Ridge.
When was the last time that you talked to him?
I tried to call him last night at home, but he wasn't there, so I started to get worried because it was getting late, and I called him over at Brooke's.
Well, you know he went over to see Bridget. I think he started getting that flu yesterday and didn't realize it. And he had some wine and, he just fell asleep on the couch.
He what?
Oh, well, didn't you talk to him?
Brooke told me he wasn't there.
Taylor, listen to me. This is not what you think it is. Taylor? Taylor?
What happened?
She hung up.
Do you have any idea what you're going to do to Macy?
I am her mother. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yes, well, I have to wonder if you aren't putting your revenge before her happiness. She obviously wants a future with Thorne.
If there were a possibility of that kind of future with him, he would be here right now. He would be outside that door with his arms full of roses, begging her to come back. But he's not here, is he? He says he's too busy. He is too busy being a Forrester. He says he wants to talk to Macy. What about? Could it be a divorce? Could it be that he wants to talk to Macy about giving her the old heave-ho?
Obviously, Macy thinks otherwise.
She deserves better. She deserves a man she can rely on. She certainly deserves better than being penciled in after a fashion show. She's not a business acquaintance. She's his wife.
And she wants to remain his wife, Sally. Don't you see? That will not be possible if you crash the Forrester showing.
I know I am doing the right thing, Karen. For Spectra fashions, for Armando fashions, and yes, for Macy, too. It's time that girl opened her eyes and really saw the kind of man Thorne is. He is weak, he is selfish, he is unreliable, he is 100% Forrester. He has only one loyalty. He is totally devoted to them.
Here, have some of this.
More soup?
It's good for you, Ridge.
Logan, I'm getting waterlogged here. It's okay. I'm all right. You can go back to the office.
You're trying to get rid of me?
I can't expect our CEO to sit around and nursemaid me all day.
I'm not playing nurse. I'm just trying to protect my investment. I need my best designer back on his feet.
I can't thank you enough.
You don't have to.
Yes, I do. I needed more than a nurse. I needed a friend to help me keep my mind off of everything. I'd probably be sitting around here going crazy if you hadn't stopped by. What I'm trying to say, Logan, is
What are you doing here? Ridge? What the hell is going on?
Taylor, why can't you tell me what's wrong?
I don't want to talk about it.
Who was on the phone?
My mother-in-law.
What did she say?
It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. You're upset. Did something happen at home? Maybe you should go back to the States.
No.
Listen, if something...
No! There's nothing we can do about it right now. You were right, James. My husband doesn't care the least bit what's going on over here. He's too busy. He's apparently too busy working around the clock.
Look, you haven't even spoken to Ridge yet.
Well, we have work of our own to do. Why don't you tell me some more about your parents?
what's this all about, Mother?
You tell me.
I told you I couldn't come in today. I had the flu.
Oh. And what about you?
Ridge is my head designer. We have a showing coming up, Stephanie. That means we have work to do.
I want to talk to you alone.
No, not now, Stephanie.
Excuse me. I said I want to speak to my son alone.
I'll be in the kitchen.
Why don't we talk in the bedroom?
Are you deliberately trying to wreck your marriage?
What?
This whole misunderstanding with your wife has gotten totally out of hand.
There's no misunderstanding, Mother. Taylor snuck off to Scotland with Warwick. It wasn't a business trip.
Don't you think that's a rather rash judgment?
There's nothing rash about it. I called there. She's staying with him.
So she's staying with him.
In the same room.
I have something I want to tell you.
Yeah, what now?
Taylor called at the office and I spoke with her.
Is she on her way back? What'd she say?
Well, she told me that she had called you at Brooke's, so I was trying to explain to her that you had accidentally, because of the wine and the flu, fallen asleep on Brooke's couch.
Oh, Mother! What then?
What then? She hung up.
Do you have any idea what you've done here?
What I've done? What I've done? I told her the truth, which is what you should have done. You should have been on the phone with her. Listen to me, your marriage is in terrible trouble. You two are drifting apart. You've got to do something now to stop that. If you don't, you're going to lose her. And if that happens, you're not going to have anyone to blame but yourself.
No, James, we have to talk about this.
No,
I want to know
Come
about.
here and
No,
sit
James,
down.
I want.
Sit down here for a minute. Sit quietly.
No, James.
I know, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. Centuries ago, the royal family lived in this abbey. This was the princess's chamber. While war was waged beyond the walls, she was kept here in this room.
She was a prisoner?
No. Her father kept her locked here for her own protection. She was safe inside this room. But as the war wore on, she became very lonely. The only contact she had was with the soldiers who were camped outside the walls.
Did she talk to them?
No, she couldn't talk to them. They were the enemy. But she was intrigued by one young soldier who stood guard near the wall. His face was horribly scarred by the fighting. The soldier had noticed the princess, too. She was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. But when she looked at him, he turned his ugly face away. One night, the rebel leader told the young boy he had to scale the walls and take the princess's life. It was an order. When darkness fell, he climbed into this room. And when he stood over her bed, the princess awoke. She could see his face. It was lit up by the moon. And suddenly, she smiled. Then the soldier took his captive's face in both hands. And at last,
What did he do then, James?
he kissed her.